Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is the full moon report for the full moon in Sagittarius happening on May 23rd at 6:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. May 23rd, 6:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Full moon in Sag. Okay, if you haven't listened to the weekly forecast, my invitation to you is to listen to the weekly forecast because I kind of go over everything that is going on this whole entire week. However, the full moon in Sagittarius is actually like the big event of the week. And I want to show you this on the screen because I don't know. For me, when I started looking at charts, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And it just makes way more sense to me. All right, hold on. I lost my share. There it is. All right. I know you didn't lose it, but I did. All right. So, okay, when we have a full moon, okay, for those of you who are kind of brand new to this, it's because the moon and the sun are opposite one another. And so the sun is at 2 degrees. Okay, here's the sun, 2 degrees right there, 2 degrees in Gemini, and then 2 degrees Sagittarius. So we have a full moon. Okay, now at the same time, we have all these planets sitting here super close to one another in Taurus, which is absolutely affecting this full moon. So we have Jupiter, I talked about Jupiter, conjuncting Venus on the same day as the full moon. Now, Venus is 29 degrees Taurus, so still in Taurus. Jupiter is still 29 degrees Taurus, still in Taurus, but they're so close to the sun that they're still considered a conjunction, which means that all those planets are affecting the energy of this full moon. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And then Uranus is still like 6 degrees behind Jupiter. So, I mean, it's kind of out of bounds, but not really. Jupiter and Uranus have been hanging out together almost this whole year. Okay, so Jupiter last year on or not last year, last month, on last month's full moon, in April full moon, we had Jupiter conjuncting Uranus. Okay, so last month at the time of the full moon, Jupiter was conjuncting Uranus, which put our focus on freedom and liberation and like extricating ourselves from the parts of our life that just don't bring us joy anymore. I talked about it in last month's forecast, really taking on the tools that we need to create new paradigms for ourselves. And I know I'm using these words like paradigms and manifestations, and it's true. Like this is really where we're at right now. So the Sagittarius full moon now is bringing in, because it's Sag, okay, it's Sag full moon. It's bringing in all this Sag energy of adventure and fun and play right before Jupiter heads into Gemini, which Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter's been in Taurus. I'm going to do a whole recording on this. But Jupiter's been in Taurus for a year. So now Jupiter's getting ready to move into Gemini. And that's all about fun and energy and movement and play. And so as we move toward this full moon, the energy is really shifting poles, so to speak, and asking us to seek joy, to not take things so damn seriously, and to remember that our actual purpose is to experience joy in life. Period. We could be done after this, right? So you know, the full moon is very, very Sagittarius energy. Okay, so absolutely. But you need to know that, because I mean, look at the full moon. It's sitting here all by itself in Sag. Okay, but it's making an aspect to Pluto. It's trining Pluto, and I talked about that, or it's sextiling Pluto. Sorry. The sun is actually trining Pluto. That's actually a very positive aspect. It's also creating a trine with Neptune, okay, which is all about dreaming big and allowing ourselves to feel dreamy and follow our dreams and listen for, what's real and what's a fantasy and what's an illusion and what we can really dream into being. And Pluto wants us to feel empowered, right? So the moon is creating these beautiful aspects with these planets here, right? Now, but you see all these red lines here. It's also opposing the sun, which creates the full moon, and it's opposing Venus and opposing Jupiter. Now, Jupiter and Venus together are incredible. Like Jupiter and Venus are the most lucky, that's the luckiest transit we could have. They're called the two benefics in astrology. And not only that, but we have that stellium of Uranus, Jupiter, and Venus all in the sign of Taurus. And anytime we're at a 29 degree, uh, a 29th degree, where the planets are getting ready to transit into another sign, the energy is really strong. So this is amplified. So to harness the energy of this full moon, gratitude, joy, adventure is like your key. And I think actually gratitude is good any day of the week now, isn't it? Right? I mean, honestly, let's be real. But when we're talking about not spiritually bypassing, right? Not being like namaste, everything is great when really, or I'm fine when really things aren't fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, noticing where we are in our life, accepting where we are in our life, taking accountability, and then having gratitude for all the things that brought us there, and then the having gratitude for the presence of mind to know, okay, these are the changes I want to make, and then having gratitude for what's yet to come. You don't even have to know what it is. Like this whole switch in perspective of gratitude and joy and adventure and courageousness is really what will support this full moon, energy, like enjoying new friendships, meeting new people, putting yourself out there, um, getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, right? Like stepping out of your comfort zone, because Jupiter conjunct Venus, Jupiter conjunct Sun, Venus, Jupiter, Sun opposite the moon. This is incredible energy to play with. This is energy that supports new love relationships, new financial freedom opportunities, the ability to direct your energy towards something that could be out of the box for you. You're like, I'm a little fearful to say the thing or do the thing or take this risk. But this energy right here is like absolutely saying, take that leap. Take that leap, because Jupiter's not moving into like Capricorn. Jupiter is moving into Gemini, okay, on the 25th, 2 days after the full moon. 2 days. 2 days after the full moon. And so taking advantage of like, financial offers, investing money, um, some sort of business venture, some sort of change in your career, some sort of uh, dating, starting to date, taking your relationship to the next level, anything that is going to put you in a little bit of discomfort, but there is that absolute promise of expansion. It's like, right before you get ready to do something that's new and you get those little like butterflies in your stomach or in your heart and you're like, oh my God, this is like weird, and you could like back down and be comfortable. Now you need to jump. This is the time. um Courageous energy, I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, so it's this full moon is really, full moons are always powerful. Full moons are always asking us to expand our awareness, to amplify our vision, to see things from a different perspective, to celebrate how far we've come, to get rid of the things that are no longer serving us. This one in particular is like, it's big, you guys. And I think I'm just gonna check. I think I don't even want to say it. Hold on. Let's just look. Yes, Neptune. Wait for it. Yes. Neptune is at 29 degrees Pisces too. So Neptune has been in Pisces forever. Neptune takes so long to go through a sign. But with the moon trining Neptune, and then Neptune sextiling the sun, this is all about using your creativity, using your intuition, asking for deeper meanings, like really dreaming big into what it is that you desire. So those sometimes when we create like a vision board, or we're like, God, God, I'd love to be able to do that, or yeah, I really want to do that. Well, now is the time to be like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to say that. I'm going to work with this expansive energy. I'm going to have gratitude for the fact that these ideas even came through. I'm going to have gratitude for my able body, for my listening skills, for my intuition. I'm going to move past the struggles, and I'm going to take an adventure. I'm going to use the wisdom that's coming through. I'm going to, really use this energy to to catapult myself into a new way of thinking. That's really what this energy is about, and I don't want you to miss it. I'll give you an example. I had a dear friend of mine say to me, I told her, yeah, my daughter's getting ready to move out, and sometimes I feel a little sad, but overall I'm pretty excited for this new chapter. And she said, why don't you just sit in that loneliness for a little bit, Dana? And I was like, no, girl, I have been sitting in the loneliness. I have been sitting in the internal struggle. I have been journaling. I have been practicing. I have been praying. I have been doing all the things. And for this season, like right now with this energy, it's all about adventure, joy, love, fun, and just enjoying this sense of like transforming into a new way that your life's going to roll. And maybe you're not in this at all. And maybe you're like, whatever, Dana, I am not there at all. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Click. Just pause for a minute and have some gratitude for whatever it is that you're going through, because somewhere in whatever it is that you're going through is going to transform, and you are going to go, wow, I just have learned so much about myself, about my internal power, about my ability to love myself. Like, it may not be in this moment, and that's okay. Come back to the video later. Just trust me that anything that we're going through right now, this energy will add a dose of like you being able to see the beauty, to see the joy. But you got to be able to try. You have to try to look for it, because if you don't, then of course you won't. And I don't want you to miss it. Okay. So I want to say thank you so much, you guys. It's always such a pleasure to be able to do these little readings, and they're always kind of off the cuff. I look at my notes and then I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see what comes out. So I hope this was helpful. If you want me to read your chart, please reach out to me. You can find me at danatomorrow.com. Have such a beautiful day. Namaste.